A brave person is not someone without fear, but someone who acts despite being afraid. No one is born with courage. Only those who overcome fear discover it. This is the moment. Watch this video not once, but twice. Absorb it. Let it settle into your soul. Because when you no longer fear death, what can life ever use to intimidate you? What remains that can threaten you? What else is there to fear? See, life begins the moment you are willing to risk everything. That's the essence of living, not just surviving, but truly living. When you strip away the fear, when you stand on the edge of the unknown and decide to leap, that's when life reveals its truest, grandest form. You have to be ready to lay it all on the line. That's the cost. That's the price. When I talk to students, I tell them the greatest risk you'll ever take is not taking one. That's the truth most people refuse to confront. Let me tell you how risky life is. You're not getting out of it alive. That's the game we are in. You're on a countdown from the moment you're born. The clock is ticking whether you act or not. So I ask you, where will you be 10 years from now? 20? What version of yourself will you become? Can you envision the future version of yourself who has fought for their dreams, the version who chose courage over comfort? You need to see yourself there now, because the truth is, this next 5-year window is your greatest opportunity. This is when you make bold, unreasonable choices. This is not the time to play it safe, to follow a checklist of what society expects. It's not the time to take the job that pleases your parents or to chase wealth just to show off to others. This is not the time to aim for comfort. It's the time to go all in. This is the chapter where you become relentless, where you wager everything for what sets your soul on fire. It's the phase where you discover what you're truly made of, because only when you risk everything does life reveal itself in full. Most people never make that leap. They stay stuck, afraid to move beyond the predictable routines that suffocate their spirit. And that routine, it's not life. It's a slow death disguised as comfort. Playing it safe is no different than living in a cage. It's existing, not living. But the truth is, the only way you can grow is by risking it all. Growth demands that you venture into the unknown, that you take the leap no one else dares to take. Greatness demands that you challenge yourself beyond your limits. You can't climb higher while clinging to what's familiar. You have to put yourself on the line. Sometimes, the solutions to your personal struggles will unlock solutions for the world around you. When you work on yourself, you radiate change. But here's the secret. It all begins with you. You can't change the world by pointing fingers outward. The transformation always starts from within. And sometimes that means standing against the very people you admire, the ones telling you to play it safe. Sometimes you have to do what nobody else is doing, even when it feels like you're all alone. You must take risks all the time. All the time. Without them, life stagnates. The only thing that propels your destiny forward is action. But why don't we act? What holds us back? The answer is fear. Always fear. So what's the solution? You must push yourself through it. You have to make a decision so powerful that it bulldozes fear out of the way. Listen closely. The moment you were born, life got risky. Every day you're alive, the stakes rise. If you think trying is risky, just wait until you get the bill for not trying. If you think investing in your dreams is risky, wait until you see the cost of regret. Everything in life is a gamble. Marriage? Risky. Having children? Risky. Building a business? Risky. There is no way around it. But the path to true greatness always runs through the land of risk. To create, to build, to leave a legacy, you must step into uncertainty and embrace the possibility of failure. You have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to stand at the edge of the unknown, knowing that there are no guarantees. But that's the beauty of it. When you accept the risk, life takes on a vibrancy that the fearful will never experience. These next 5 years are the easiest and most powerful of your life, because now is when you chase what you love with everything you have. But here's the problem. Everyone wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. Everyone dreams of glory, but few are willing to sacrifice for it. They want the rewards without the struggle, the triumph without the toil. But that's not how this works. Greatness demands everything. It demands that you endure. It demands that you bleed for your dreams while everyone else takes the easy way out. I was giving a talk recently, and someone asked, "Why should I choose the harder path?" They said, "Isn't there an easier way?" And I told them, why are we even talking about easy? This was never supposed to be easy. If it were easy, the whole world would be full of billionaires, athletes, artists, scientists, and inventors. But it's not. That's because excellence isn't meant for everyone. It's only for those willing to embrace the struggle. You shouldn't even want it to be easy. If it were easy, everyone could replicate what you create. But when you fight for what matters, no one can copy your journey, because only those who fight will make it to the summit. And with every step you take out of your comfort zone, you expand. You expand your potential. You expand your horizons. You expand your vision of what life could be. And the more you do, the more you discover just how limitless you are. There are no guarantees in life, but you don't need them. The universe will guide you once you start. The only thing you need to do is begin. Just get started. The feedback will come. And through it all, choose joy. Life will test you. Some days will feel like a victory, others like a storm. Some days you'll have health, energy, and confidence, but all of it can change in an instant. Life is unpredictable. Security is a mirage. But even when the storms come, you can still choose to be happy. You can still choose fulfillment. Because happiness isn't found in the absence of struggle, but in how you navigate it. If it were easy, everyone would do it. But it's not easy, and that's the point. The road to greatness demands everything from you. It demands your sweat, your sacrifice, and your soul. But in return, it offers something priceless, a life lived fully. Easy should never be part of your vocabulary. You should want the challenge, because that's where transformation happens. Failure isn't the enemy. Stagnation is. Without failure, there's no growth. Without risk, there's no progress. Life changes, people change, and so must you. So stop making excuses. Stop blaming others. Decide to live your dream. In life, you can either find excuses or you can create results. The choice is yours, satisfaction or despair. Your life is worth far more than routine or predictability. So break free. Challenge your fears. Stand up to them, because only by risking everything will you truly live. To laugh is to risk being a fool. To love is to risk heartbreak. To dream is to risk failure. But to risk nothing is to risk never living at all. Those who avoid risk do nothing, become nothing, and achieve nothing. They may escape pain, but they will never know the ecstasy of true life. Only those who risk are free. And in that freedom lies the power to become everything you were born to be. The reason I stand here today is because I dared to dream big dreams. I dreamed the kind of dreams that others said would never come true, but I am living proof that this is not some Hollywood fantasy. I came from a place where success seemed impossible. If you saw where I grew up and took a picture of the neighborhood, you'd say, there's no way anyone from here could make it there. But I am here to tell you, it is possible. And this is not just some feel-good statement. If you dream big, surround yourself with good people, set your ego aside, share your success with others, and embrace a little luck along the way, then anything is possible. Along your journey, people will appear to tell you that you're dreaming too big, that what you want can't happen. But listen to me. No one gets to define what is possible for you, not your friends, not your family, not teachers, nor anyone else. Do not let yourself become one of those people who, 20 years from now, drag themselves to a miserable 9-to-5 job, bitter and broken inside, regretting the dreams they let slip away because they didn't believe in themselves enough. Don't let that happen. You must keep believing that what you envision can come true, that your dreams are achievable. Finding your life's calling has to come from something that makes you burn with passion, something you are so obsessed with that you're willing to break through walls, climb mountains, and sacrifice other things just to achieve it. Only when you feel that deep inner fire, that sense of, I will fight for this until my last breath, can you reach the success you desire. And along the way, you'll need to convince many people to believe in your dream, your vision, your ideas. Obstacles will rise, but only the fire within can propel you forward and inspire others to follow you through those hurdles. It may sound simple, but it's true. Dream big, and then dream even bigger. Deep inside, when you know there's something you want to do, trust that each one of us was born with a purpose. Every single person has something they are meant to do. We all carry within us a spark of goodness, and with that spark comes the responsibility to manifest greatness. When you know that you've been living below your potential, settling into comfort, avoiding challenges, you'll feel it deep in your soul. Staying in the comfort zone is a betrayal of your own greatness. When you stop stretching yourself, you stop growing. Never allow yourself to fall into that trap. Not only is achieving your dream possible, it is necessary. It's necessary for your purpose, your growth, and your destiny. You have to work on it, develop yourself, and claim what belongs to you in this universe. Do not settle. Tell yourself, I deserve more than this. Once you decide that, everything will start shifting. That decision will compel you to rise and act. Remember, many people go to work every day full of misery, and all they do is complain about how unhappy they are. But they never do anything to change it. You must believe in yourself and your dreams no matter what. Anything is possible. If others have done it, so can you. Failure is not the end of the story. Many have failed countless times, but they got back up and eventually succeeded. So can we. We need to realign ourselves with people who think like us, who share the same hunger, and cut ties with those who drain us. Keep learning, keep growing, never stop improving. Most importantly, never quit. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do something, not even me. If you have a dream, protect it with everything you've got. If others can't achieve something, they will try to convince you that you can't either. But if you truly want something, get up and take it. No excuses, just action. A friend of mine who runs marathons once said that at the 18th mile of a 26-mile race, his body would hit a wall. Every muscle screamed for him to stop. His mind told him, "You can't do this. Just give up." But he kept going, step by step, slowly but surely. And the moment he broke through that wall, he felt something extraordinary. Everything became easier. He kept running, knowing nothing could stop him now. The finish line was inevitable. The same applies to us. Even when faced with opposition, rejection, and criticism, we must keep moving forward. It will be tough. It will be painful. But once you break through that wall, you will know that nothing can stop you anymore. We must always have someone to chase, our inner hero. When I was 15, someone important in my life asked me, "Who's your hero?" I said, "I don't know. I'll have to think about it." 2 weeks later, I came back and said, "My hero is me in 10 years." From that day forward, my hero has always been 10 years ahead of me. I know I'll never catch up to him, but that's okay, because it keeps me striving, keeps me chasing, keeps me alive. No matter how distant or impossible your dream may seem, never stop believing. The pain, the failures, the struggles, these are only stepping stones on the path to greatness. What truly matters is that you keep going, keep believing, and never stop chasing your dream until the day you win. Dream big, dream even bigger, and never stop. How many times have you been confronted with the naysayers? You can't do this. You can't do that. It's never been done before. These words echo in our minds, discouraging us from reaching for our dreams. But let's take a moment to reflect. What if Bill Gates had thrown in the towel when told it was impossible? What if he had listened? I hear these doubting voices all the time, but every time I do, it ignites a fire within me. In fact, I relish the moment someone declares that no one has accomplished what I set out to do, because that very declaration fuels my ambition. When I declared to my family that I wanted to be a bodybuilding champion, they reacted with disbelief. You can only imagine the looks on their faces back home in Austria. My parents were astonished. They had envisioned a more conventional path for me, perhaps a life as a police officer like my father, or marrying a lovely girl like Heidi, raising a family, and living the life of the Von Trapp family from The Sound of Music. That was their dream for me. But deep within me, something roared louder. A burning desire to forge my own path, to break free from the ordinary. I was resolute in my mission to be unique, to think big, to dream even bigger. Everyone around me questioned my sanity. My friends asked, "If you want to be a champion, why not choose a sport like cycling, skiing, or soccer? Those are the popular sports in Austria." But I brushed off their concerns with unwavering determination. I was set on being a bodybuilding champion, using that triumph as my launch pad to America, to break into Hollywood and to make millions. I chose to disregard the voices of doubt. After my bodybuilding career, I aspired to become an actor, a star in the realm of film. When I approached agents, their responses were a chorus of negativity. "It can't be done. The rules are different here," they said. They pointed to my physique, a huge, monstrous body that they claimed would never fit into the mold of leading men. They dismissed my accent, saying, "No one becomes a star with a German accent. Imagine your name, Arnold Schwarzenegger, on a billboard. That will never sell tickets." But I refused to be shackled by their narrow-mindedness. Their rules didn't apply to me. I was determined to rewrite the narrative. I worked tirelessly, taking acting classes, English lessons, speech courses, and even sessions for accent removal. I immersed myself in the craft, and eventually I broke through. I began landing roles in television, Streets of San Francisco, Pumping Iron, Stay Hungry, and then I struck gold with Conan the Barbarian. When the director remarked, if we didn't have Schwarzenegger, we would have to build one, it was a validation of my unwavering resolve. When I starred in Terminator, the iconic line, "I'll be back," became one of the most quoted lines in cinematic history, all thanks to my distinctive accent. The very traits that the agents predicted would hinder my success transformed into my greatest assets, my accent, my physique, everything about me. It serves as a powerful reminder: never heed the voices that say you can't achieve your dreams. When I ran for governor, the naysayers were back at it, reiterating the old adage that I had to work my way up from smaller roles. They insisted that a political career was a step-by-step process: first mayor, then assemblyman, then lieutenant governor, before finally becoming governor. But I was not interested in a traditional political career. My vision was different. I aspired to be a public servant, to solve California's problems and unite its people. People often ask me, what is the secret to success? In a world overflowing with advice from parents, teachers, and so-called experts, it's easy to feel lost. The most vital question you must ask yourself is, who do you want to be? Not just what, but who. Forget the expectations others place upon you. Focus on what brings you joy, even if it seems outrageous to the world. I spent countless hours alone listening to the voice within me, that fire within me, the desire to be different, to stand out, drove me to embrace intensity and to strive for excellence. I refused to settle for being just another bodybuilding champion. I aimed to be the greatest of all time. The same tenacity applied to my film career. I didn't want to be just a movie star. I wanted to be the highest paid star, to hold a title that commanded respect and recognition. I've been told to my face that I was merely a muscle-bound giant with no acting talent and an accent that was laughable. But such negativity only fueled my resolve. It underscores the notion that anything is achievable if you can visualize your goals and, more importantly, believe in yourself. At every turn, you'll encounter the naysayers. Don't let them deter you. Visualize your path. Know exactly where you're headed and trust in your abilities. What's the point of living on this earth if your only goal is to be liked and to avoid conflict? Life is riddled with rules, but I learned that the only way to achieve anything meaningful is to challenge those rules. To be a true maverick, you must dare to think outside the box. This journey, however, won't be without its setbacks and disappointments. That's the reality of life. Embrace failure, for it's an essential part of growth. You can't always win, but you must never allow the fear of failure to paralyze you. Keep pushing forward because you believe in yourself, your vision, and know that success will follow. Leaving no stone unturned, that's what separates champions from the rest. While you're out there enjoying life, remember that someone somewhere is working hard, getting smarter, and striving for victory. You never want to fall short because you didn't put in the effort. If you wish to win, there's no escape from hard work. Remember, no pain, no gain. Whatever path you choose in life, make it a priority to give back. Contribute to your community, your state, and your country. Tear down that mirror that keeps you focused solely on yourself. For beyond that mirror lies a world of people who need your assistance. Reaching out to help others will provide you with satisfaction beyond anything you've ever experienced. Trust yourself. Break the rules. Don't fear failure. Ignore the doubters. Work relentlessly and give back. I recall my mother-in-law, Eunice Kennedy Shriver, who founded the Special Olympics in 1968. At that time, people insisted it couldn't be done. Experts argued that it was impossible to integrate those with mental disabilities into sports, that they would injure themselves or drown in a pool. Yet, 40 years later, Special Olympics spans 164 countries, serving those with intellectual challenges. She refused to accept no for an answer. Similarly, consider Barack Obama. Imagine if he had heeded the naysayers. He wouldn't have run for president. People declared it impossible for him to win against Hillary Clinton or in the general election. Yet, he followed his heart, dismissing the naysayers, and changed the trajectory of American history. Time and again, the lesson rings true. If I had listened to the doubters, I'd still be in the Austrian Alps, yodeling. I would have never journeyed to America, met my extraordinary wife Maria Shriver, or welcomed my 4 beautiful children. I would never have made Terminator, nor would I be standing here today as the governor of the greatest state in the greatest nation in the world. I refuse to accept the notion that you can't. Instead, I choose to believe in the power of the human spirit. I always listen to my own voice saying, yes, you can. Feel free to modify any parts to better suit your style or intentions.